one thing you can do with studs is there's a power point there. There's normally one on either one side. So if you're knocking, there's one against there. Studs are generally 450, so if you measured from here, and it's not always the case, but if you measured from there to here, which is 450, there should be a stud about here. You can hear it. My name's Matthew. I'm from Jim's Antennas Yarraville. Been in the game for a little while now. We're here to do some camera installations and some TV wall mounts. So we'll walk through some of the advantages of having active deterrent cameras. So they've got some features that kind of scare off any intruders if they come into play or into vision, where we can set up an intrusion zone, and I'll flash some lights and do a voice prompt to let them know that there's cameras watching and recording. And then, do you want to do the TV first?
Yeah,
or?
we can do the TV first.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can do the TV first.
Yeah. So you want this one off?
This one off, and this one will go on there.
Yep.
And then that one will obviously go into the bracket. Which side is that? And this one here.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we can do that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the ones. They're a good bracket, these, actually, to work with. So I'll just take him down, make sure nothing's plugged in still. A lot of customers put their TV on the wall, but they don't know how to get the cables hidden. So that's one of the tricks. This one is a tricky scenario because there's no power point on this wall. It's actually on this wall. So this one actually sneaks down and across and out and comes back out again. But yeah, you see people, lots of holes in the wall where they can't find the studs because they don't use stud finders and they're guessing. Oh, I've got this bracket. Yeah, so the screw's already on the back of this. Whether we can use them or not is another thing. That's cable management, but these things look like they square it up, so sure. Yeah. So what's that give me? So we can plug everything in before we actually lift it on. The good thing is all the cables are in the same orientation as that TV, because everything on this one was also on that side. So power one, knock that on with your fingers, yep, and just hook that on and yep, that's him, just let him go. Probably about where you want it, isn't it? Yeah. Say 760. Right on people's walls, so then we just use masking tape. The television's 700, so that's, I'd probably go a gap like that. So what I can do is, I can work from the top or the bottom, so if you give me your height, I can measure from the top of the TV to the top of the bracket, or the bottom of the TV to the bottom of the bracket. So in this instance, I'll measure from the bottom to the bottom. One thing you can do with studs is there's a power point there. There's normally one on either one side, so if you're knocking, there's one against there. So studs are generally 450, so if you measured from here, and it's not always the case, but if you measured from there to here, which is 450, there should be a stud about here. You can hear it. So one way to find studs, stud finder, or you can use a magnet, because when they put the plaster sheets on, they'll either use plaster screws or nails. You can pick up a nail with a magnet, so studs there, you can run a magnet on the wall and it'll stick to the nail, and you know that's in a stud. But stud finder, start where there isn't one, hold the button on, as we come across, there's a stud there. So the arrow, it denotes the edge of the stud. So there's one edge, and if I come across from this side, but these things pick up lots of things, so there could be a double stud there. I'd say that might not be a stud because it's pretty skinny. It could be that could be a stud there. Again, there's probably one next to this because it's a light switch. There's one on this side, none there, so 450 is probably one there. But you can just run over a stud that you know is there. So that's definitely a stud. That definitely feels like a stud being that width. So I'd mark that. but I always do the tap test. So that's definitely one. That one might be sitting off the plaster a bit, but I reckon that's a stud. Something there anyway. But depending where my bracket's going to go, you know, if you miss, and you should be able to pick it up. There's nothing else behind there that we're going to hit. You've got mains running down there potentially and here, so we know we're in. There's no split systems or anything in the way. The other thing is, because we've got a power point down here, what I'll probably do, because I know there's studs on that side, I've got a clear cavity here to put my brush plate to bring the cables out to plug in for your power. So cable will go in and then back out up here for the concealing of the cabling. What we'll do, I'll just lay this down. This should catch most of the mess I make, hopefully. I just hope there's no surprises behind this wall, because the way things are going. But you never know what's behind these walls, so we'll see. Because there's insulation there. We get up that high. Yeah, so we get up high enough, so that's great. So about here. At least I can move it if I have to then. Feels like a stud there. So I want to get, and the TV is going to cover the hole here. So I just want to put my hole about there, because everything on the Samsung TV plugs in on this side, except for the power plugged in on this side. So what we're going to do is work out if we can get up the wall, which I determined before that we could. Gets us up above our tape line, which is the bottom of the TV. So if we put a mark here, we know we can get our cables to that point. Oh, there's something there. That's not good. Down a bit. There's a noggin running across there, but that's alright. We've got movement down there, so there's our tongue. We do have to feed this bit through here first, because the plug doesn't fit through there. So we've got to make sure we feed this bit in first. We've got a Pro 2 4K HDMI lead, and we do the taping onto the yellow tongue. And another trick is I always tape on the plaster side of the wall with this, so it doesn't snag on anything. And then I tape this one under it, so it's kind of goes through as smoothly as it can. And hopefully it pulls through nice and smoothly and we don't have any snags. Yep, so we're good. So that's that. What we might do now is we'll pull our masking tape off and we'll put the telly up. But I've got a little sticky thing that goes over this, just to make it look good. Let's go like that there. A little bit at the moment.
Yeah. Into here.
Somewhere there, because you can't get it off software.
That one there, yeah.
Got him?
Yeah.
You can see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
All good?
Yep, let it go. Yep, she's clicked in. So plaster bracket goes in behind here. It's 2 notched out bits so we can get our screws. I'll just get the hand screwdriver to start them off. Line up our screw hole. Oops. Yep. Yep, that's that one there. Feng Shui. About there, you reckon?
Yeah, that's good.
Right, there's a TV wall mounts out the way, I guess, for the minute.